lovely. Hello, I'm Refashionista Sheri, and welcome back to another delightful DIY in my 12 days of Thriftmas. Now, I have recently been on a kind of upcycled granny square quilt project kick, and I found another one in my house. So I thought today we would do a very, very quick and easy transformation of this one, because you know what? It is that time of year where we need some cozy gear, so let's get making. For this quick and cozy project, all you need is a granny square quilt, your scissors, and your hand sewing gear. So because my quilt is actually a rectangle shape, I'm going to be chopping it through the longest side. Now, if you are using a quilt that's more of a square, it really doesn't matter, but because I want my finished scarf to be as long as possible, I'm going to be chopping it on the longest length. My quilt also has an uneven number of squares here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can't just simply chop this in half, because then these center squares here would all be fraying and it would look terrible. So what I'm going to do is count 1, 2, 3 on one side, 1, 2, 3 on the other side, and then I know that I'm going to remove this center section of squares here, and then I won't have to bother finishing the edges because they'll already be finished. I will, however, have to do some minor hand stitching here on the edges that get chopped just so they don't fray. So now we can actually get chopping. And I love it when the granny squares are attached with contrasting yarn here, because it makes it so much easier. So I can see that the gray is actually the finished edge on both side granny squares here. So all I have to do is chop all of these teal blue pieces of yarn, and then I will still retain my finished edge. So for now, I'm just going to leave this border because I want to chop it and stitch it right away to prevent the fraying. So I'm just going to continue chopping all the way down, and yeah, then I'll come back and we'll see what we do next. So I have my center squares totally removed, and I did go ahead and I just did a really quick blanket stitch on the corner edges here just so they wouldn't fray. And now I have the two pieces with the right sides facing, and I am slowly and carefully doing a whip stitch along one edge to make it into one long length. Now, if you're not comfortable with hand stitching, you can still easily make this because there are these nice wide holes here. You can simply take some yarn, put it through, and, you know, do like basically wide stitches, right? The hole for the stitch is already there. You don't need a needle. Poke some yarn through, loop it around, poke it through the next hole, and then once you get to the end, just knot it off. So now it is all stitched together, and that looks fantastic. So let's go try it on and style it up. How awesome did this come out? Like, the stitching is great. It's totally invisible, and this side totally finished, and this side that I chopped totally finished. And I don't really care if it doesn't have the same border on it. Anyway, this is so super cozy and so super long. And I love granny square upcycles. They're just the greatest. And again, thrift shops are full of these. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I like to wear my super long scarves. All right, so we have the center area in the front. I'm just going to pop it around my neck, then turn around and see I've twisted that around my neck, and I brought these to the front. Okay, I'm going to loosen this a little bit and take one side. Tuck it down through that front loop. Take the other side, tuck it down through that front loop. Okay, now these are pretty even in the front, and now I can grab the back area. You see this was here? I just grabbed that, and I'm gonna pull it over my head and I've just created a lovely little hood for myself. And my neck is covered back here, and all my entire back of my head is covered. Like, how absolutely fantastic is that? And it's so comfortable. It is so cozy. My neck is warm, my ears are warm, my head is warm. I love wearing long scarves like this. It's just fantastic. And you can wear it outside of your jacket, tucked into your jacket. You're gonna be cozy all winter though. For loads more tips, tricks, and rockin' Refashionista tutorials, absolutely check out the rest of my channel. I have so many playlists for you guys. You can find whatever you're looking for. Pop on over to my blog too. There's even more tutorials over there. And of course, check out my e-courses, in particular, my nifty thrifty DIY gifts is on super sale for the holidays. And until tomorrow, stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch ya on the zigzag. Oh, so cozy. Cozy, cozy, cozy. Cozy, 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 cozy.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.